And so you knew they were going to come for you. You had to know that. Now, to the degree that they're doing so, I get where you're coming from.
The WNBA is rocking. What could we have more? I mean, I just think, from a South.
Remember the heyday of Angel Reese? Future NCAA champion, social media sensation, and WNBA star. She will be banned for life, and her career is in ruins. How could things have gone so bad so fast? Before we leave, I have a small favor to ask of you. If you like this content, please take a time to like and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without registering. IT has a big impact on us, but it doesn't cost you anything. Have you clicked the subscribe button? Then great. I am truly grateful for it. Now, let's go back to the video. We're analyzing Reese's journey from a standout college student to a professional basketball player living in exile. You will be amazed at the strange twists that led to this shocking fall from grace.
Chicago Sky said goodbye to Teresa Weatherspoon, saying that it was time to, quote, make a change.
Would Angel Reese prematurely end her rookie season to spare herself the embarrassment of losing Rookie of the Year to Kate?
This story is more strange than any game-winning buzzer dash beater, I assure you. Remember when college basketball was dominated by Angel Reese? Let's talk about that for a second. Imagine Reese dominating the game, trash-talking her way to the top, and setting NCAA and I records. She was a force that could not be stopped. Her amazing performances astounded both supporters and opponents. Instead of just playing the game, Reese was redefining it. But then something strange happened. Since joining the WNBA, Reese has been unable to score in double figures in half of her games. What's going on? It's like seeing a completely different player. The confident, dominant Reese we knew in college seems to have vanished. She's losing the shots she used to produce while she slept and is struggling to find her rhythm. Isn't it a puzzle? You question, which is more crazy. While Reese is struggling, Caitlin Clark is setting rookie records everywhere.
Sometimes it's very disrespectful. I think there's a lot of racism when it comes to it.
But she's pretending like there is something there. There's one person who is driving all this, and it's...
Clark seems to have adapted to the professional levels with ease. Her stats make veteran players jealous. It appears that Clark has taken Reese's magic. These two former college standouts are so different from one another. Reese is experiencing increasing pressure. She's doing everything in her power, including fabricating illnesses, disparaging remarks, and even using Clark's color as leverage. But nothing is working. To be honest, her game isn't improving, and her antics are starting to annoy both teammates and supporters. Seeing it hurts. You can see the desperation in her eyes each time she steps onto the court. Be prepared, because this is where things get insane. Why was Angel Reese permanently barred from the WNBA? Reese started to feel hopeless. She went to steroids, believing they would give her the edge she needed to keep ahead of Clark. Have I asked? Incredible. The collegiate standout, who everyone thought was destined for WNBA stardom, started cheating. The worst part is that even with the juice, Reese couldn't match Clark's skill level. What a turn of events. The steroids didn't make her the player she was in college. Instead, they just added fuel to the rubbish fire that was becoming her career.
For being an attention whore. And so, because your basketball couldn't do it, you went.
It acts as a cautionary tale about the dangers of trying to succeed by taking shortcuts. Reese's desperate attempt was just the start. Ever ponder how a standout athlete might go from being a dominant force in college basketball to struggling to make ends meet in the professional ranks? The answer is in the hands of someone you wouldn't expect. This is Teresa, the coach of the Chicago Sky and a former WNBA star. She was supposed to be Reese's mentor, guiding her through the difficult transition from star student to professional baller.
You, the female version of Steph Curry, or do I need to call Steph Curry the male version of Caitlin Clark? I mean, which one is it?
I think more than anything, it's like surprising, like you guys didn't know, like this is how women's sports are played.
But instead of helping Reese adjust, Witherspoon allegedly took things in a completely different direction. Most likely, you're thinking that a respectable coach wouldn't distribute steroids like Halloween candies. But that's exactly what took place. To help a struggling rookie, Hall of Famer Witherspoon risked her entire history. As a gamer, she seemed to have forgotten all of her principles.
Let's analyze it.
After seeing Caitlin Clark light up the scoreboard and seeing Reese struggle, Witherspoon concludes that cheating is the only way to stay competitive. But here is the real stinger. She wasn't just ignoring it. No, not at all. Witherspoon was allegedly encouraging Reese to drink more in a desperate attempt to remain up with Clark. Chicago Sky's locker room was a total disaster. Consider yourself in Witherspoon's position. You're practicing hard and abiding by the rules. But for what? To see her coach fixated on energizing the star rookie. What a destroyer of morale. Does the team no longer have chemistry? Have faith. Disregard it. Remarkably, the Sky season ended faster than Reese's fame. As they lose game after game, everyone is blaming them.
Clark, if you're out there, you are one of the GOATs of our games, and we appreciate you.
Yes, sir! Yeah, baby!
Players are annoyed, fans are confused, and the front desk staff is probably going mad. Watching a slow-motion automobile crash is like watching a basketball game. Are you aware of the real issue? Witherspoon gave up her own reputation in an unsuccessful attempt to protect Reese's. The steroids did not make Reese a WNBA star. What is the purpose of all that dishonesty and risk? To be permanently barred and still outplayed by Clark. Let's discuss a lose-lose situation. In actuality, Reese's ban was just the start. The WNBA had never seen a steroid situation this significant.
Coach, you care about her. You're not doing this. You shouldn't be making the focus another statistic.
Angel Reese is the villain, Caitlin Clark is the hero, and Angel Reese continued to play into it last night by getting ejected, and it's almost...
How did they do it, in your opinion? Let's just say that chaos swiftly ensued. Reese's juicing and Witherspoon's enabling are causing the Sky to collapse. But hold on, things worsen. The WNBA is not amused when they find out about this whole issue. Reese was banned for life. It's not a suspension or a fine, but a lifetime ban. Telling someone they will never be able to play basketball again would be the same as that. The problem is that you're probably thinking, whoa, that's harsh. For the WNBA, this degree of steroid scandal was unheard of.
And then when I was in my press conference and I was talking about being sexualized, like, I guess people thought that was like, because I post pictures in my bathing suits, no, like
a representation of us as women in many different departments. That's important for women to see, that no matter what it is that we want.
This isn't just a player using an inadvertently prohibited supplement. We are discussing a Hall of Fame coach collaborating with an exceptional rookie to manipulate the system. The league is trying to grow, have more fans, and be respected, but now they have this mess to deal with. How did Reese's behavior affect her team's prospects of qualifying for the playoffs? It's not attractive.
Put on your seatbelt, then.
The Chicago Sky went from being playoff contenders to the bottom of the barrel in less time than you could say steroid controversy. They finished with a 13-27 record and missed the playoffs by a significant margin. Seeing a high school JV team unexpectedly emerge as a title contender is comparable. The fact that multiple teams are involved is the issue. The league as a whole loses credibility. Supporters are questioning if they can trust what they see on the ground. Is that player really so good, or are they also juicing? It's like discovering Santa isn't real for basketball fanatics. And Reese? I see that she's not going to vanish into the darkness. With her accusations and finger-pointing, she is trying to undermine everyone. It's like watching a child throw a fit, but the toddler is a professional athlete, and the tantrum is ruining careers.
People are calling you out on it when you post things like this on social media.
Although many people don't want to give Angel her credit, there's no doubt that the hero versus villain story is working in the WNBA's favor, as well as Caitlin.
The WNBA is making an effort to limit damage, but it's not the same as using a squirt pistol to put out a forest fire. The damage has already been done, even if they're holding press conferences and making remarks. Steroids are being talked instead of scores, and scandals are being addressed instead of statistics. In less than a year, the WNBA tried to manage the narrative as the real story was emerging behind the scenes. How can a budding star become an outcast in the WNBA after winning a collegiate championship? Reese's social media meltdown surprised even his most devoted admirers. Let's talk about the fallout. In less time than a lifetime ban, Reese's career was ended before it had started. She was expelled from the WNBA after winning an NCAA championship. Imagine enjoying life to the fullest 1 minute and then having your dreams crumble the next. That's Reese's reality right now. How about Weatherspoon? She is not improving. For Diana and Instant, her coaching career is in tatters. All those years of being a legend in the WNBA and gaining that status are now gone. It's like seeing a house of cards collapse. As a player, what did she leave behind?
Tarnished.
Her amazing plays are no longer talked about.
It's the ones who are petty, the ones who are jealous, the ones who can't get on the new wave is what is continuing to hold the league back.
Think was going to happen. Honestly. Work on look, Angel Reese has got some basketball skill.
They don't understand how she could have made such a horrible error. The Chicago Sky will be responsible for collecting the pieces. With a big ugly asterisk next to their name, they had to start over with both their team and their reputation. They seem to be starting over. Sponsors are nervous. Fans are skeptical, and the front office is working harder to address this issue. You know what's really incredible? After being suspended, Reese went on a full-fledged social media tirade. She is disparaging all members of the league, including Caitlin Clark and her associates. Seeing a train disaster in real time is comparable. She is posting tirades, revealing private conversations, and leveling accusations everywhere. Everybody has a front row seat to this entire disaster. The WNBA is dealing with a PR catastrophe in the meanwhile. They are trying to show that they can handle big issues like the NBA. But let's be honest, this is drama on a whole other level. Everywhere they go, they're holding emergency meetings, issuing statements, and trying to put out fires. But it appears that they consistently fall behind Reese's most recent tweet.